guys, so I wanted to do this video as well. So basically I wanted to do a video in regards to collecting, in regards to if it's something that you want to perhaps get into, you want to start collecting video games, or kind of, I think it kind of counts to anything, whether or not it's manga, anime, figures, anything like that. So basically I wanted to kind of give my thoughts in regards to collecting to the extent of my kind of collection, as you can see. So firstly, you're going to need space, and I know lots of people are going to be like, no. The collections that you see online, so mine being one of them, but other people that have even more than myself, and I know there's plenty of people out there that do, you see obviously like the Billy bookcases from like IKEA and stuff like that, literally put together like one next to the other, next to the other, next to the other. That you need a lot of space for those Billy bookcases. Personally, we could only fit 3 in this room, and personally I wanted it to be 2 because of the space. Like personally I want to downsize one of the Billy bookcases to a half one, either that or one of the ones that are like up like halfway, so, and then it's perhaps like that's on the bottom and at the top it's glass, so it kind of brings a little bit more light into the room. The second thing is money. So I think this one's a really touchy subject. No one likes to talk about money. No one likes to discuss money, especially not when collecting. But money is really important to talk about in regards to collecting. So the first thing you need to do when you decide, or if you decide that you want to collect anything, I said, be it Pokemon cards, be it anything, is you need to be realistic. So the realistic way of doing this is to write lists, and they may not be like your favorite thing to write, but you need to write lists. So you need to write a list of, personally, if you're doing gaming, what consoles you want to collect for, realistically what consoles you favor. So personally I favor the Game Boy because that has nostalgia for me, the DS and 3DS, that has nostalgia for me, the PC not so much, PlayStation 4 not so much, because they don't have nostalgia for me. The PlayStation 2 absolutely, the PlayStation 1 absolutely. And there will be consoles and systems that you have nostalgia for, and then like with myself, there are consoles that I don't have nostalgia for because I never had, but as a kid growing up I really wanted that one game. That's the case with the N64, the SNES and NES, the Master System and stuff like that. There is a handful of games that I want because I always wanted, but most of the time there is not games that I have nostalgia for on those platforms, so it doesn't bother me that I don't have a full collection of those. And to be honest with you, I don't mind at all, considering they are very expensive consoles to collect for. So yeah. But if you write a list of the ones that are nostalgic for you and the ones you do want to collect and the odd games you do want to collect, then go through and double check what games you actually want for that platform. There may be, like I said, only a handful of games that you wanted for a platform, and that's not a bad thing. You know, at least if you're going to play them, it's not so bad. Then I would look into, once you've done that on all the platforms that you want to collect for, the costing. And to do this, you need to look in multiple different places. You need to look on eBay, you need to look on like Amazon. If you're, say, doing a modern console, say the Nintendo Switch, you need to actively look round. Argos, Smith's Toy Shop. Obviously I'm UK based, but if you're an American, like Walmart, your independent gaming stores, everywhere. And you need to get a cost idea of some of the games that you're happy to collect and that you want to collect. And then once you've done that, you need to be realistic with yourself. And that sounds, I know everyone's going to be like, yeah, I know. No. Video games are ridiculous. It's one of the most expensive hobbies you can get into, especially with the multiple variants of consoles, the multiple variants of special edition and limited edition and collected edition games. It's expensive. So personally, set yourself limits and be like, I want this game I am not willing to pay over £25 for this game, $25 for this game, and be persistent in, if it goes over, walk away. Some games you're going to have to be savvy. You're going to have to look on your gum trees, or I can't think what it's called in America, but you're going to have to look on your secondhand sites, and one day someone might put it up, and 4 years down the line you'll get the game you want. You can't always get the games that you want there and then on that day. Now, I know a lot of you are going to have the same thing I do, which is the fear of missing out. So a lot of the time I have a lot of consoles because I have the fear of missing out. For instance, I have which I'm looking at now, the Animal Crossing new Nintendo 2DS XL plus the Animal Crossing New Leaf Amiibo Festival kind of limited edition. Did I need it? No. Did I have multiple consoles? Yes. So why did I buy it? Because at Argos it was reduced to clear and it was like £120 max, I think. So I was like, no, I'm gonna buy it because I'm gonna buy it. I love Animal Crossing. I've always wanted an Animal Crossing limited edition console. Purchased it. Have I used it? No. Is it still sealed pretty much in box? I think I've taken it out and tested it, but no, it's brand new. Try not to get caught up in the fear of missing out. It sounds so stupid and so mundane, but it is true, and that counts as anything. The best example at the moment, or recently, was Pokemon cards. Everybody suddenly decided that Pokemon cards were really rare again and that you could make a lot of money out of them. So people were bulk buying them in the fear of missing out, which actually just spoiled it for children who actively collected them. Yes, there are a handful of cards that are expensive. Are most of the actual other cards worth like 20p? Yes. So the other thing I would say, and I get caught up in this a lot, try not to just go into collecting big series with multiple add-ons lightly. And you're like, what? I have every single Disney Infinity character, including add-ons, power disc, etc., bar one power disc. I need one Dipper power disc from Gravity Falls. I have every single Lego Dimensions character bar two. So every add-on that you could have for Lego Dimensions, including the extra packs. So like you have the new Ghostbusters, I've got it out, I've been playing it. The new Ghostbusters pack, you have the Incredible Beasts pack, you have the new Batman or Batgirl movie one tie-in. So the only ones I don't have is Beetlejuice, which is really annoying because I really want him, but he's very expensive, so I have to limit what I get. And Supergirl, because it's actually here. I already bought this pack, and then because no one was buying it, they added an additional character to it. So basically they just added a figure to it. So where it says what you get here, you basically just get in it. You lose something. I think you lose the car. You lose one item and then you end up with Supergirl, and she does nothing for it. Like, she does nothing. I literally have, I don't think I've got it close to me. I am scouring over what I've got close to me. I don't have it close to me. You literally have Green Arrow. He does nothing for the game. He is an addition, but he does nothing. When I say nothing, a lot of the other characters, you can add things into the game and they will add extra levels, or there is like excuse me, special tasks that only they can complete. He does nothing. He's visual, completely visual. Supergirl is completely visual. So it's really frustrating. These can be really expensive to get into though. I have multiple boxes stored because in each one of the boxes you normally get spare pieces. In like 99% of them there's an odd one I didn't. Basically because throughout, for instance, this is Sonic's car. This has two different forms and you can edit it. So what they do is they give you the spare pieces in case you need to edit it. So yeah, again, there's storage for those. It took me 2 days to get all the Lego Dimension stuff out because I wanted to play it. And I had to be really, should we say, like I had to be positive I wanted to play that game, because it said it took 2 days, because I had to get every single character out, because I saw them in the boxes, just because it is safer for the items, because they're Lego, they don't miss pieces and it stays in the box. Some of them I have to break up completely to get in the box, so then I have to sit there and make Lego again. Oh, I do apologise about the yawning. So don't go into collecting big collections like that really lightly, because especially if you're going to have the fear of missing out, a lot of the Lego Dimensions, specifically figures, I had the fear of missing out, so I over purchased so many so quickly and regretted it so much, because yes, I had them, but then I couldn't do anything else for the rest of the month because I'd gone OTT on these figures. I did manage to get some really cheap from Smith's Toy Shop when they were like discontinued, which was really good. And you can pick most of them up not so bad secondhand now. You just have to accept that you're not going to have all the little pieces to change them. And then on top of that, the only thing that's expensive is actually the starter pack, which is really annoying. But yes, so don't take it lightly. It can be so expensive. And on that route, don't go into gaming collecting and I sound so mean, but if you don't have the funds to do it. And I don't mean that harshly, I mean it in the nicest term. Don't put yourself in debt. Don't actively get loads of credit cards, get loads of loans, payday loans, or anything in between to collect these items. It's not worth it. It's not worth your mental health with people chasing you for money, but you have that one game. The other thing to take into consideration is if there's a game that you really, really want, but it's really, really expensive. Mother, or I'm trying to think of games really quickly that are really expensive. Like the Samus games and stuff like that. Don't freak out in regards to the price. Look at the price. If the price is super expensive, just be like, fine, the price is super expensive, I can't have it now. But if you've got a new platform, so you've got a Nintendo Switch, you've got a PlayStation 4 or 5, an Xbox One or an Xbox, was it One S? I can't remember what they've called the new Xbox X. I don't know, I can't remember, because we haven't actually looked into that one really. If you've got any of the newer consoles, take a look on their eShops, even like just Steam. Take a look on their eShops and double check through. You might genuinely be able to pick up the same game that you'll be purchasing for like a couple of quid. Sometimes you can pick up the games for £10-15, even if they're £35. If the game that you're looking to buy physically is like £150, and that is the case sometimes, it is so much easier to buy it. If it's just that you want to play it on Steam, and then later on, yes, keep an eye out for it, keep it in your search history, in your pop-ups for Gumtree, in your pop-ups for eBay, etc., Amazon, and hopefully it will come about and then you can get it from that way. That's always a case. The other way a lot of collectors do it, and my box is under the seat so I can't get to it, is what we'll do is we will accumulate loads of stuff, and then we'll end up with like a handful of boxes of empty boxes, or just cartridges, or just CD discs, like for a GameCube game, just what's it called, manuals. And what you can do is you can gradually piece the getting bits together, so you can end up with a manual and a box for a game and just be like, all I need is the cartridge. The cartridge is £20 to purchase. You purchase the cartridge, you've then kind of made your own like full and complete version, which is great. And you look at the buy now price of it fully completed in box, and that is £45, £50, £60. So you've saved yourself money that way. The other thing to do is personally limit what you have complete in box. So what I mean by this, a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, but I want it complete in box. Yes, you probably do, but again, pick the nostalgia pieces. I have iPet for the PSP complete in box with camera. Why? Because that has nostalgia for me and I wanted that one complete in box. But I have Star Ocean loose for the PSP and just stored away. Why? Because it was cheap. I think I got it free. I wasn't too overly fussed in regards to the fact it's not complete in box, and it'll probably never be complete in box. Take it with a pinch of salt with a lot of these things. The same is said with the N64, the SNES, NES, Master System, Mega Drive 2, Game Gear and stuff like that. Take it with a pinch of salt. Pick what you want and what you think you personally need complete in box, and then go for non-complete in box for the rest of it. It's so much easier to do that than expect to get a full complete in box everything. And yes, you're probably going to say, well, such and such did that, this famous YouTuber. Yeah, they did, because they have the money behind them to do that. They have the simplest term, they have the funds to do it. And some people do, and that's awesome if you do, but a lot of people won't have the funds going in. Basically, take it with a pinch of salt, go day by day, and a collection like what you've seen my collection does not happen overnight. It does not suddenly turn out a week, a month down the line. This is years of collecting and buying little bit by little bit and putting them away. The other thing to mention as well is take into consideration and look around at the market. So at the moment, personally, the 3DS and the 2DS are going skyrocketing. So that is the games as well as the consoles. And that is because in regards to looking out for other games, you can port SNES and NES games over to the PCs. They've re-released a lot of those games on the eShops, on the Nintendo Switch, on the 3DS, etc. A lot of the 3DS games and the DS games are subjectly only going to work on a Nintendo 3DS or 2DS, and that is because of the clam screen. So a lot of the clam screens you'll see have like a map on the bottom and you're moving on the top screen, or your inventory on the bottom and you're moving on the top screen, other things like that. And it relies heavily on being able to touch the screen as well as see another screen, etc. Now there are going to be some that are going to be able to pull over from the 2DS and the 3DS, or the DS and the DSi, and I can literally name all of them, but there are too many. Either way, you're going to be able to port a lot of them over. But obviously with a lot of people, I can't think of the right term right now, but basically trying to save a lot of the games so that we have a backlog in regards to what was on these consoles, aren't going to be able to do anything with the DS and the 3DS. So the only way to do that is to genuinely have those games in your collection. And it's going to be quite difficult because the games that people want to play nostalgia wise. So even like I've seen some games really expensive that are like the Imagine games. So it's like Imagine Teacher, Imagine Veterinary Surgeon. They're like shovelware took games that girls were like shoved under girls' faces when I worked at Smith's Toy Shop. And yeah, those games are going to be the ones like they're already going up in price. The other place that I also look at online retail stores such as Music Magpie. Please do take them with a pinch of salt, and I'm going to say that really kindly, because they are doing my frigging head in right now. They have multiple mangas and animes up named completely wrong. They had Naruto named as Lion. It's like my fucking 3-year-old son's named a Naruto book Lion. It's ridiculous. They have a lot of manga and anime that is named completely wrong, that hasn't even got the volume number attached to it, which pisses me off even more because I only want to look for volume 3 of something, or for instance. And again, a lot of the video games are named wrong, personally. So you have to be willing to just sit and scroll through a platform. Pick a platform at a time. So pick like DS and scroll through it, 3DS and scroll through it, and PSP and scroll through it. They're named wrong. And not only that, they for some reason have hyped up a lot of prices of things, and I don't know why. So I can't remember what one is, Pikmin 3. I was like, why is that so expensive? What? What? And then I looked it up on like other sites. I was like, I'm curious. I looked it up on CX and I looked it up on like Game and stuff like that, and like it's like £20 cheaper, but Music Magpie wanted like 60 quid for it, and I was like, no. So know your consoles and try and work out what prices are like you, if a price looks too expensive for the type of game it is, just be like, no. There will be certain games that are more expensive and that are niche, and that is always going to be the case. I have some games over there that are like really niche, but yeah, take them with a pinch of salt, and literally they are really good to look on though. I bought some manga literally the other day. It was brilliant. I got loads of it. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Did this video kind of help in a sense? Like, I don't, by any sense of the imagination, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know the ins and outs of this. I know everything, because I'm still learning and I will find stuff out myself. Obviously, I've been into gaming for like, I think I got my first Game Boy Color when they came out and I was probably 7 or 8. So at least 22 years I've been into gaming. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you guys very soon. I have got a few more videos coming up, so yeah.